number of events of urban floods is the turning into a worldwide phenomena and a great challenge of the societies all over the world. The impact of such disasters are very complex of developing countries like India, which are more vulnerable compared to developed countries. The scale of this incident can range from neighborhood level of large-scale disaster, resulting in inundation in the urban areas from the few hours to several days. In the term of urban flood can simplify as excessive runoff in a developed urban areas where the stormwater does not have anywhere to go due to a poor capacity of drainage system causing inundation. Each of these components rapid urbanization increase in the amount of rainfall due to climate change and outdated or insufficient stormwater infrastructure form challenges to be addressed individually. Urban flooding is complex problem that is resulted a combination of these factors happening simultaneously. Urban floods are on an increasing trend at an alarming rate and have slowly become a regular phenomenon in most of the fast developing cities of India, and especially after in the year of 2000.
Flood is a natural disaster that is caused by man-made, and it creates a big chaos between both people and property. Flood is caused by many varieties of factors. One of it is heavy rainfall. So this is why it happens that the drainage system and efficient infrastructure design comes in handy, meaning they provide the simple draining of surplus water in rivers. However, if there's a lot of rain, the system ceases operating, meaning as a result, the flood occurs. Also, overflowing of the rivers, meaning the people who stays nearby the rivers are always high in risk of being killed. This is because if the river overflow, and the dams are not working properly, they can cause flood lah. Also, when the dam that have collapsed, meaning when there's a lot of rainwater, the dam doesn't work. As a result, the flood situation will be worse. Also, not forgetting deforestation. Deforestation is an irresponsible cutting of the trees lah. And then another significant source of man-made flood, as trees help to reduce soil erosion and crop loss. This also prevent flooding by obstructing the huge flow of rain. Also, not forgetting the climate change. Climate change also plays an important role. That is how the flooding, humans cut down the trees, and this is disturbing the photosynthesis process.
The impact of floods. So there are many impacts actually, but there are three main ones for me in this situation or in this case. So the first one is floods damages the food crops in the rural region. So that when there's too much of water level in the roots or on the grass or on the crops, so it may kill the roots. And eventually this will affect the food production in the rural factories or rural production house or something like that. So this is the main reason, the first impact of floods for me. The second impact is floods also do damages the property of the owners. Property such like cars, vehicles, personal documents. What else? There are many such as expensive furnitures and all that. So of course it will impact the personal belongings. So that's the second point. And the third point, and the most important one, is flood also may take lives. So when the water level increases, too many sharp items or dangerous stuff may include or may contain in the flood water, which will harm a human being or living things. Not only humans, but also animals, insects, or something like that. So it will also harm them. So these are the main three impacts for me. The first one is will affect the food crops in the rural region. Second one is will harm the property or damage to the property. The third one is may take lives.
Next, there are few solutions that can be reduce the impact of flood in urban areas, and it is also the solution to protect the flood in urban areas. Firstly, it can be invented flood barriers surround the urban areas. So when by inventing the flood barriers, it can stop the overflow water from the rivers, which can cause to the flood. Secondly, it can be a dredging river. The aim to dredging river is to remove the silt. For example, the sand, the clay, and also the particle stock in the river. So by dredging, it can increase the capacity of the river, and also it can be stop the overflow water to come in the urban areas. The process of the dredging rivers is involve an excavator or vacuum pump mounted on a bridge or on the river bank to remove from the rivers. So it can be easily make the capacity of the river larger, and when the heavy rainfall came in, the river won't be overflow to the urban areas. Then the last solution for the flood is green rooftop gardens. So every buildings and every house's rooftop must be filled with the gardens. So when there are heavy rainfall, the excess water will be reduced from the heavy rainfall, and also the drainage, the flow of the heavy rainfall water in the drainage can also reduce. Thank you.